In the realm of style and excitement, barely any appearances sparkle as brilliant as Will Smith. Yet, underneath that megawatt grin, there are stories, privileged insights, and hypotheses that would stun even the most prepared Hollywood insider. Might it be said that you are prepared to dive into the conundrum that is Will Smith's own life? How about we reveal a few secret connections, allegations, and dangerous superstar remarks that have set the gossip plant into overdrive? Everything started in the dynamic lobbies of Bel Air as we watched Smith ascend to unrivaled notoriety with the famous new ruler of Bel Air. Much to our dismay, it would be the setting for the first of numerous individual stories here, young ladies, an assortment of co-stars, framing associations, and connections that could have been more mind-boggling than what met the crowd's eye. Obviously, when we discuss connections, the name Jada Pinkett Smith can't be ignored. The two have been a power couple in Hollywood for a really long time. Their romantic tale began well before the red table discussions and entrapments. Together, they've explored the difficulties of being under the unforgiving spotlight. However, their story isn't without its portion of contentions and hypotheses which have become endlessly an integral part of their amazing status. Public investigation is a situation with two sides. On one hand, the popularity, the love, and the fans; on the other, the ceaseless tattle and bits of gossip. Also, Will Smith, notwithstanding his earnest attempts, hasn't been safe to this. The amplified focal point of VIP has now and again mutilated insights, prompting true ramifications on his vocation and individual connections. One such discernment, entertainer Garcelle Beauvais, in a sincere uncover, talked about her short tryst with Smith during the 90s, a sentiment that bloomed on the arrangements of New Sovereign, yet confronted a sudden end. Why? All things considered, sources recommend Beauvais coincidentally found Smith's developing closeness with a specific Jada Pinkett. Also, who let the cat out of the bag? Not even one of them follow Smith, Will's own special child. In any case, that is only one piece of the riddle. The late Alexis Arquette caused disturbances with suggestions about Smith's sexuality. She dropped a sensation guaranteeing that Smith's ex, Sherry Zampino, headed out in different directions after a supposed disclosure of Smith with another man. However, pause before you rush to make judgment calls. Sherry Zampino herself has savagely denied these cases, naming them as totally false. Then, in a bend nobody saw coming, the consistently dubious YouTuber, Trisha Paytas, gave it a shot, evening out her own allegations against Smith. Furthermore, on the off chance that murmurs are to be accepted, there have been sightings of Smith with Dwayne at numerous areas. Theories spun out of control, powered further by hints dropped by Dwayne's ex, Tisha Campbell Martin. However, there's something else. Bits of gossip likewise whirl around Smith's relationship with the unbelievable maker Quincy Jones. It's murmured in quieted tones that Jones utilized his clout to encourage associations with any semblance of Tupac. What's more, you got it, Will Smith, a meeting where Tupac purportedly suggested a development from Jones strangely disappeared, adding to the interest. In any case, before we wrap up, we should address the Smith-Diddy association. They're tight. Almost certainly. However, some recommend it's something other than sentiment and an open admission. Diddy's previous protector, Gene Dale, shed light on Diddy's different connections and, surprisingly, indicated seeing specific demonstrations that caused a commotion. Proceeding with our plunge into the spellbinding universe of Will Smith's connections, important in the midst of individual commotion, there generally appeared to be a consistent hand to help him through. Enter Nicole Smith, a past love interest of Will's known to have been there during a portion of his most turbulent minutes. While the idea of their bond remains covered in secret, a source near Nicole referenced she frequently wished she figured out Will's point of view better. They shared a certain association more profound than what met the public eye. In the midst of the dim subtleties of former connections, a captivating part unfurls with Garcelle Beauvais. Recollect her from New Ruler of Bel Air. Seemingly simply one more on-set fellowship transformed into a passing sentiment. In any case, each story has its turn and a stunning disclosure. Three-pointer Smith, Will's child, let slip about his dad's sprouting closeness with Jada Pinkett Smith. That revelation, they say, welcomed the shades down on Garcelle's sprouting relationship with Will. In a way that would sound natural to her, life has its own particular manner of showing you reality, once in a while from the most startling sources. While entertainers and entertainers have given their opinion, the domain of YouTube wasn't to be abandoned. The consistently questionable Trisha Paytas, known for her no-limits approach, evened out her own arrangement of charges against Smith, and she wasn't the only one pointing fingers. Murmurs developed stronger about Smith's brotherhood with Dwayne. Spotted together over and over, these sightings just fanned the fire. Dwayne's ex, Tisha Campbell Martin, without uncovering excessively, once commented, "There are stories, untold insights stowed away. Time uncovers all our excursion through this many-sided labyrinth would be inadequate without tending to the quieted talk encompassing Smith and the notorious Quincy Jones. The roads of Hollywood are overflowing with gab about Quincy utilizing his extensive leverage to be something other than companions for certain huge names, including our own personal Will Smith." Presently add to this potpourri a puzzling meeting where Tupac purportedly indicated a development from Jones, a meeting that has since vanished. Furthermore, you have a recipe for perpetual hypothesis. An industry insider once said that Tupac interview it's the sacred goal of bits of hearsay. Many case to have seen it, however nobody has. Maybe the splendid lights of Hollywood didn't create an adequate number of shaded areas. Murmurs around Will Smith's own life have just increased. Jumping heedlessly into the whirling waters, it's difficult to overlook the stunning disclosures made by the late entertainer Alexis Arquette. Alexis sent shock waves through Tinseltown with her case that Sherry Zampino Smith's ex had found him with another man, prompting their separation. Anyway, quickly dispersing the fermenting storm, Sherry Zampino furiously countered those reports are totally false. They were harming to Will, yet in addition to the ones he adores. As Alexis' disclosure lost steam, consideration went to another developing hypothesis: Smith's reputed closeness to Dwayne. It wasn't simply their regular appearances together that caused a commotion, yet the implying hints of Dwayne's ex, Tisha Campbell Martin, reviewing an occurrence a passerby at a Hollywood occasion referenced there was something in the manner Tisha would look when Smith and Dwayne shared a second, as though there was more going on behind the scenes. However, the talk plant didn't stop there. On the off chance that the passages of Hollywood had ears, they'd resound with mumbles of a connection between Will Smith and rapper Diddy, which some clue goes past a simple manly relationship. In a noteworthy confirmation, Diddy's previous guardian, Quality Dale, said, "I've seen things that could shock a many individuals." Nonetheless, without additional unequivocal subtleties, this enticing clue has only added to the hypothesis without offering any significant proof. In any case, what do different big names need to say regarding this? The crew seems partitioned. Some resolutely support Smith, ascribing the tales to envy and endeavors at character death. An unknown Hollywood veteran noticed Will's accomplished so a lot, and it's normal for fruitful people to confront unwarranted tales. It's essential for the game. In the meantime, others stay quiet, neither affirming nor denying the accounts, maybe not having any desire to get entangled in the debate past private lives. It's additionally charming to look